Welcome back. You're watching Brand Equity and I'm Sonali Krishna. Now, Nielsen India has launched its first consumer neuroscience lab in India. The lab aims at leveraging groundbreaking neuroscience and expertise to measure consumer attention, engagement and memory retention, believe it or not, through brain waves and eye tracking, enabling marketers to better understand the effectiveness of their campaigns, how their brand is being perceived and also product development across industries. Moreover, neuroscientific marketing testing on television commercials, packaging, print ads and shelf management can help indicate the level of success of new product design or even, say, a new advertising campaign before a public launch. Abhinav Trivedi brings you more.
The human brain contains 100 billion neurons. Each neuron is again connected to 10,000 other neurons. Considering the complexity of the human brain, Nielsen India recently launched its first consumer neuroscience lab in India. The lab, which will be operated by Nielsen's consumer neuroscience team, aims to track and study consumer behavior through a technique called electroencephalography, also known as EEG.
Basically, what we do is we try to help marketers optimize their marketing materials, advertising, other forms of promotional materials. The way we do that is we combine brainwave recording with eye tracking. And so if you take the example of perhaps an advertisement, a subject will watch the advertisement, we'll know through the eye tracking what they're looking at, we'll also know what's going on in their brain. The three primary metrics that we measure are attention, so we'll know second by second which seconds they're paying attention to, memory activation, so whether long-term memory is being activated by parts of the commercial, and whether the commercial is emotionally engaging. And by engagement, we mean sort of approach avoidance. We'll know if they're being drawn in by the content or whether something is pushing them away.
The key question that arises is how will this be useful for Indian brands? Where have Indian brands been going wrong and what will this new technology do to fix these issues?
Not all brands have built up unique, iconic associations for their brand. And so in those cases, we sometimes see that an advertising for a brand inadvertently lifts the whole category. It almost advertises the category as opposed to really advertising your brand.
We understand from the consumers particular aspects of advertising which is difficult to make out from traditional research. We know exactly where they're looking at the screen and we know how their brains are reacting. So it has given a lot of insight to our marketer clients that is telling them use this part of the ad because this one is really creating all the emotions.
Nielsen India claims that the lab will be extremely useful for sectors like FMCG, auto and consumer durables which have large advertising spends. The cost of the services will range between 6 lakh to 15 lakh rupees depending on the scale of the project. Neuroscience has demystified human psychology for years now. Therefore, using brain waves to decode human response to advertising is definitely a noble idea and could be a game changer in the future. But how far will it help the Indian brands track the complex Indian consumer will surely be an interesting development to watch.